What if I told you the fastest way to make someone stop attacking you isn't by fighting back, it's by making them help you? Sounds backwards, right? But here's the disturbing truth about human psychology. People don't necessarily like the people who help them. They like the people they've helped. And once someone invests effort into you, their brain starts rewriting reality. Suddenly, you're not the enemy anymore. You become someone worth protecting. This is called the Ben Franklin effect. But today, we're talking about the darker version of it. How to use it in workplaces, social circles, and power dynamics to turn enemies into silent defenders without them even realizing it. Back in the 1700s, Benjamin Franklin had a political rival who hated him. Instead of arguing with the man, Franklin asked him for a favor. Specifically, he asked to borrow a rare book. The rival agreed. And after returning the book politely, something strange happened. The rival's hostility faded. They became friendly. Why? Because the human brain hates contradiction. If someone helps you, their subconscious mind says, "Why would I help someone I dislike?" So the brain changes the story. Instead of, "I helped him because I had to," it becomes, "Maybe I actually like him." That's the Ben Franklin effect. But in modern social psychology, this can become a weapon. Humans are emotionally lazy. We don't like admitting we wasted time, energy, or effort on the wrong person. So once we invest in someone, our brain starts protecting that investment. This happens everywhere. At work, in friendships, relationships, even politics. Think about toxic workplaces. Ever notice how a manager may dislike an employee at first? But after mentoring them for months, they suddenly become protective over them? Not because the employee changed, because the manager invested effort. The brain creates attachment through contribution. And this is where the reverse Ben Franklin effect gets dangerous. Because if you understand this principle, you can slowly disarm hostility. Let's say someone in your office secretly dislikes you. Maybe they compete with you. Maybe they gossip about you. Maybe they want your position. Most people react emotionally. They avoid them, fight them, try to win. Big mistake. Because direct conflict strengthens enemy psychology. Instead, you do something unexpected. You ask for a small, harmless favor. Not a huge favor. That feels manipulative. A tiny one? Examples. "Hey, could you quickly look over this? Can I get your opinion on something? You've been here longer than me. What would you do?" Now notice what happens. You're subtly triggering 3 psychological mechanisms. 1. Ego validation. People love feeling useful and superior. When you ask for help, you temporarily lower their defenses. 2. Cognitive dissonance. Their brain now has conflicting information. Why am I helping someone I dislike? To resolve the discomfort, their brain softens its opinion of you. 3. Investment bias. The moment they spend effort on you, they become psychologically connected to the outcome, which means attacking you later feels like attacking their own investment. And most people subconsciously avoid that. Now let's make this darker. Imagine a friend group. There's one person who constantly undermines you. Passive-aggressive jokes, backhanded compliments, subtle disrespect. You could expose them publicly, but that creates war. Instead, you strategically involve them. You ask them to help organize something. Ask for advice in front of others. Give them a tiny role in your success. Now the social dynamic changes, because once they contribute publicly, their identity becomes tied to supporting you. If they attack you afterward, they look inconsistent. And humans hate looking inconsistent in groups. So many people unconsciously switch sides, not because they became good people, because psychology trapped them. Here's the scary part. This technique even works on narcissistic personalities, not permanently, but temporarily. Because narcissists crave significance. If you make them feel important, needed, or psychologically above you, they often lower their aggression. That's why smart manipulators never challenge narcissists directly. They redirect their ego. A narcissist who gives you advice starts seeing themselves as part of your story, and people protect stories they emotionally inserted themselves into. Even fake allies can become useful shields. But there's a dark side to this, because manipulative people use this tactic too. Cults use it. Toxic bosses use it. Abusive partners use it. They start with tiny favors, small emotional investments, little acts of loyalty, and over time, people become psychologically attached. Not because the relationship is healthy, but because the brain wants to justify the investment. This is why people stay loyal to toxic environments for years. Their mind keeps saying, "I already gave so much to this." And once identity becomes attached, logic disappears. So should you use this technique? Honestly, yes. But strategically, the goal isn't manipulation for destruction. The goal is reducing unnecessary enemies. Because in adult life, social survival matters. You don't always need people to love you. Sometimes you just need them to stop seeing you as a threat. And the smartest people understand something most never learn. People support what they help build. That's true in business, relationships, friendships, and power. So the next time someone dislikes you, don't immediately fight them. Don't try to dominate them. Instead, make them invest. A little time, a little effort, a little advice. Because once someone's mind starts justifying your existence, their hostility quietly transforms. And sometimes, your strongest protection comes from the people who once wanted you to fail. Human behavior is darker than most people realize, and the people who understand psychology often control the room without speaking loudly. If you want more videos on dark psychology, manipulation, social dynamics, and hidden human behavior, subscribe now, because the most dangerous people in the room usually look calm.